Hi everyone. My name is Professor Robert. Today we will together study about real numbers, real numbers, number line, and absolute value. Absolute value. Now that you understand sets, let's connect them to real numbers, the numbers we actually use in algebra. Today we will learn about types of real numbers, types of real numbers, how to graph them, graphing real numbers, absolute value, and distance on the number line. The number line. Okay. Now, real numbers include whole numbers. So under real numbers, we have one, whole numbers, and these include numbers like say 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. Real numbers also include negative numbers, negative numbers, and these include numbers like -1, -2, -3, and so on and so forth. And then we have fractions, and this can be expressed as 1/2 or 1/4 or 1/8. Or real numbers can be decimals, and these are expressed as, for example, if we are talking about 1/2, it will be 0.5. And if we are talking about 3/4, it will be 0.75. If we are talking about 1/4, it will be 0.25, and so on and so forth. All these can be placed on a number line. All these numbers, real numbers, can be placed on a number line. So, what is a number line? A number line is just a straight line like this one, with the center being 0. And then on the right hand side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth, up to positive infinity. And on the left hand side, we have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on until negative infinity. Infinity is a value that's not determinable or difficult to determine. Therefore, numbers increase in value as you move to the right-hand side, and they decrease in value as you move onto the left-hand side. And that's really very important. So, if we have a number like -2, you know, it's from 0 up to this point. So -2 moves that amount of distance to be positioned. If we talk about 0.75, which is 3/4, then from 0 we move up to just before 1, value 1. So this is 0.75, and then this one will be -2. So now we'll move on to talk about absolute value. Absolute value means distance. It means distance from 0, and it is symbolized as such. In other words, if we had a number like, say, 2, we would write it as 2 between 2 straight lines like that. And that would mean the distance from 0 up to 2. Now, let's suppose we had a negative number, say -2. -2. The absolute value of -2 will be the distance from 0 up to -2, and that will always be 2. So we said here that the absolute value for 2 is 2, because the distance from 0 to 2 is 2. That is equal to the absolute value from 0 up to -2. So that's really, really, really very, very important. -2 absolute value gives us 2, and also 2 gives us 2 as the absolute value. So these are equal. These two are equal. That's really very, very important to note. Now, let's suppose we had a question that says find the distance. Find the distance between -2 and 3. Now we have our number line, and it is centered at 0, and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this side we have -1, -2, -3, -4. So if somebody asks you the distance between -2 and 3, it means you start from -2 and you move up to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the distance between -2 and 3 is equal to 5, because you can even compute it as -2 minus sorry about that. That will be 3 minus -2. From 3 to -2, you have to subtract the -2, and this becomes 3 plus 2, which will give us 5. So the distance between -2 and 3 will be 5. It's another way of saying absolute value for -2 plus the absolute value for 3. This will equal to 2 plus 3, which would equal to 5. This would equal to 5. Okay. If this lesson helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. Thank you for learning with me, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you and bye.